Hey guys, Cody here again. I wanted to do another cover Band Chronicles video today. This is about one of the roughest gigs I've ever played, and a lesson that I learned because of it. This taught me that you should not take every gig that's offered to you. As a cover band, at least, in an original band, I know you want to get out there and play in front of as many people as possible, but I still think this would apply to that. But like I said, we play weddings, we play events, we play benefits, we play grand openings, we play all kinds of stuff, and we've been doing it for a long time now. And this was maybe we've been doing it about 7 years now. We've played coming up on 400 shows. So this was one of the earlier ones. This was 2 or 3 years into it. And we got a call about a benefit. It was somebody had an accident or something. I can't remember exactly the circumstances. But it was a benefit. There was going to be a raffle. There was going to be food and tickets and door prizes and all that kind of thing. So, of course, we agreed to it. The lady that hired me has known me since I was little bitty. She has seen us play 100 times, or not 100 times, several times, several times. She knows what kind of music we play. She knows what kind of music I like. She knows us, and we play classic rock. We play some funk stuff. We play Stevie Wonder. We'll play James Taylor. We'll play 38 Special. We do Hootie and the Blowfish. We do Hootie and the Blowfish. We do a lot of 90s stuff. We do Dave Matthews. We do all that kind of stuff. What we don't do very much of is country. We do a couple of Garth Brooks songs. We do a couple of Zac Brown tunes. We've got a few in there, less than 10, I would say. Less than 10 country songs. The reason for that is because we're in Northeast Texas or in Southeast Arkansas. There's 100 country bands around here, and they're great at what they do. And my reasoning is if you want to go see a country band, go see a country band. Go see somebody that knows how to do it. Go see somebody that does all the chicken picking and has a steel guitar or a fiddle or whatever. We don't. We're two guitars, bass, drums, and vocals. We don't do country. We just don't. We have a couple that are kind of more rockin' or that are more singer-songwriting kind of things, and that works for us. So that's what we do. Well, we took this gig and we showed up, and the lady was there to meet us at the door, and the first thing out of her mouth is, "So y'all are going to play country tonight, right?" And I went, "No. Why would we do that? We don't really play country." And her eyes get really big. She's like, "Oh no, these guys are going to want to hear country." And I went, "We don't play country. We don't. You know that. We play classic rock and stuff." And she's just like, "Well, can you learn some really fast?" And I'm just like, anybody in a cover band just knows how that goes. I mean, learning the chords to something really quick and learning the lyrics and the melody and the feel of the song really quick are two totally different things. It just doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. So she is freaking out. We are freaking out. And she's just like, "These people, that's all they listen to is to country." And I was just like, "Well, we're going to play some Eagles stuff. We're going to delve as far back into classic rock as we can. And of course, play every country song that we know, but that's still going to leave some room." Anyways, we set up all of our stuff. We sound check, everything's okay. People start filing in. They've got cowboy hats on. They've got, oh God, the string ties. They've got cowboy boots and the oh man, it's just not looking good. And we do the best we can. We always do the best we can. We do as good as we possibly can. We're playing as much Zach Brown, as much Garth Brooks, as much James Taylor. We're trying to play Southern rock. We're digging out Skynyrd songs that we don't even play. We're trying to play 38 Special and just as much Southern oriented stuff as we can. And this crowd is not having it. Not having it. They want to hear Merle Haggard. They want to hear George Jones. That's what they're after. That's country to them. And I just did not grow up listening to that around here. I know that's strange. My parents were displaced hippies. I grew up on Jackson Browne. I grew up on David Bowie and Elton John and Todd Rundgren, Steely Dan, that kind of thing. We just were not raised on the kind of music that so many other people in this area were. So I don't know any Merle Haggard. I don't know any George Jones. I don't know how to chicken pick. We don't have a slide or a steel guitar in the band. We just don't. But we're trying to get through it. We're doing our best. It's pretty obvious it's going to be one of those early nights because they're just not having it. About halfway into the first, maybe towards the end of the first set, we're in the middle of a Zach Brown song. We're playing, it's either chicken fried or toes, It's one or the other. It's as country as we know. And somebody walks up to me with a sheet of paper and I read it right then in the middle of this song and it says, "Play something country." In the middle of a Zach Brown song, it says, "Play something country." And at that point, we knew we were done. We did the best we could. We played everything that we could think of, and they just were not having it. And we finally took a break. I think we played a long set just to try to get further into the night. Sometimes if it's just not working, you just dig through it and take one break and then try to get back out there and just finish it out instead of trying to run yourself ragged figuring out what to do. But anyways, we did that. We took the break. They gave away their door prizes. They did the raffles and the auctions and all that stuff. And the second that stuff was over, everybody left. Everybody left. And we just were stuck there and just we played a little bit longer. The people that put it together or that were cleaning up stayed, but that was it. And so now when I get a message or a phone call or an email about we need a band, I will ask them several things. What kind of band are you looking for? Do you want, what do you want? Do not, at least as a cover band, do not take every gig that you're offered. Because that gig, I promise you, hurt us more than it was worth, more than the money was worth. It doesn't matter how good you are, a good band playing songs that they don't like, there's nothing positive that's going to come out of that. The best you can hope for was, the guitar player, whoever was good, they had a good voices, but I just didn't like them. That's the best you can hope for. That's the best it could possibly be, and that's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth the money. It's not worth the hit on your reputation. Somebody hires an event band, they want you there to fit their style, and it's better to tell them, we don't really play that. You'd be better off getting this band or this band. They'll have more respect for you, and they might even remember that the next time they have an event that's, where they need a classic rock band, where they need a funk or 90s or whatever. They might remember that and say, well, these guys, whatever. That is worth more. Turning down a gig because you're not right for the job is worth more than playing the gig making everyone mad and getting paid for that. Of course the money's nice, but it's not worth it. It's not worth the hit. Not worth the hit on your ego, on your reputation. It's just not. So, like I said, whenever I get an email now or whatever, what kind of crowd is it? What kind of music do they want to hear? You know, uh, do you want a party band? Do you want an acoustic thing? I just have a whole checklist of stuff that I need to know before I will accept a gig anymore. And it took a slap in the face. It took a couple, but that was the worst one. I mean, we've played a few where it was just the wrong crowd, and but it went okay. We were close enough to what they wanted to hear. You play "Take It Easy" from the Eagles is a country tune. It just is. It's got a little bit of rock in it, but it is, and you can kind of BS your way through some of that sometimes. But this one we just couldn't, and so now, just that would be my advice. That's my takeaway from all of this. Just know what you bring to the table, and just make sure that that's what they want. That's what they want brought to the table. And to not to get philosophical and not to tell anybody what to do, but what we have discovered lately is as we kind of started trying to become a jack of all trades, learning more country, learning more, just broadening our horizons so much. And it just didn't work the way we wanted it to. We would learn all these extra songs, we spent all this time and all this extra stuff. And then what happened was the people that would come to see us out at a bar or wherever, the people that would come to see us would get there expecting our normal repertoire and then go, what is all this? What are you playing? Why are you playing this? And then they would leave. It's such a balancing act, we're a cover band, we're not an original band. So we don't have a genre, really. We can skip around and play anything we want, but what we noticed was that our fan base didn't like us branching out that much. They didn't like that. They came to see us play this style of music. And when we started playing, further out country songs, or if we started to play more obscure tunes, just stuff that just didn't fit into our sound. You start to develop a sound as a cover band. You find even if you're playing something that's a country or tune, it's going to end up sounding more like rock for us. We may jam longer, whatever. It's going to turn into the way you sound. We're going to play it the way we play it. Even trying to play it note for note, it's just going to sound different. But when you go outside of that bubble, we've got 200 songs almost. Preston and I have 300 songs that we can do. So we can cover a lot of ground. But when you go outside of this comfort zone for the people that are there to see you play, they just don't like it. They just don't. And they stopped coming out so much. And it's been a long road. It's been a lot of learning. It's finally taken all this time for us to just go, we're going to play what we like to play. It works for us. We have more fun doing it. And when we are having more fun, the crowd is having more fun, even if they're not as keen on the songs we're playing. I'm sure there's cover bands out there in bigger cities, or even here in Texarkana that can do anything and get away with it. But so far, that has not been our experience with it. We've got a sound, we've got enough fans that come out to see us, and they just have certain expectations of us, and when we don't deliver those, they don't like it as much. But anyways, this turned into a longer one than I thought it would, but I start to ramble. I do that. friends and family. My wife will tell you that I like to ramble. But anyways, thank you for watching again. My name is Cody. Anyways, thank you for watching. Check out my other videos. I'm fixing to put one up of another pedal I got, if it's not up, if I don't edit that one first. But I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.